Hello, hello, and thanks for tuning in. Just want to give a big shout out to Timu for some various lighting components. I've actually made that from a lamp cover that I got at Goodwill. The actual lamp itself was Timu. I got the optic things, probably like a surplus, but these optics, they just came from Timu. Look how nice these are. I mean, that's now that is just like super trippy. I mean, so I don't know. I'm having fun doing this, and I thought, well, why not share? So I'm glad it makes me feel glad people are looking at the videos and enjoying them, and I'm happy to share. I'm going to be DJ Snail. Basically, this is my rave experience, essentially. You notice how I spell that. The L has got some liquid dripping off of it, and then his shell is an E. Basically, two very formative drugs to be taking when I was going to these raves and listening to wonderful music. There's red rose crystals, if anybody knows what that is. It's the same stuff as white fluff. It's liquid LSD. So that was a very, let's just say, life-altering experience, to take that sort of a substance. Basically, it's non-toxic. I liked it because, it made stuff look cool. Like the way this shadow looks, the way that you're seeing the shadow, that's pretty much like what it looks like when you're on acid. So I liked it. I liked the visuals. I liked the fact that I was awake for like a long time, had lots of energy, could run around with lots of energy. Everything looks pretty. Music sounds great, having a lot of fun. In terms of speed, we definitely did plenty of that. But to me, it just seemed very hollow. Yes, it would wake me up. I almost had like a heart attack, I think, one time. By taking too much of it, which I didn't like very well. With acid, I literally had like a bottle of it almost. I don't know how much was in the bottle. I didn't look, but I took one hit and then ended up my second hit that I wanted. Pretty much whatever was in the bottle, it seemed like it spilled on my hand, and not thinking, I just kind of lapped it all off of there and let it slide down my tongue, down the back of my throat. And that ended up, I call it the oopsie, because I didn't know that what was going to happen would happen. I thought, this is Friday. It's the very beginning of a 3-day, I think it was like Labor's Day or something like that. So I had Monday off work. So I've got a long weekend, and it's just Friday night. And I'd taken, however many hits at one time. I think we had probably, well, I don't know, 2.5, 3 or whatever. I don't know. We just, going into fever. And then I took more acid when I got in there. That's where I got the red rose crystals. So that's Baltimore LSD. And I just always regretted, like, dang, I wish I would have bought that bottle of acid. But if I had, and I had red rose crystals, used to have white fluff. And that bottle actually got confiscated. Thank God I didn't get in trouble for that, but I don't think they knew what they found. But I had a bottle of white fluff and, the red rose crystals. And then the stuff I took, I would like to know what the name of that was. I have no idea. I didn't even think to ask. But it was pretty interesting. And I'll go into all that in some other video. But this is basically just to say, hello from the snail shell, DJ Snail. We're going to be listening to records, eventually. But right now, this is what I do. And once I figure out how to broadcast it, so I'm not just doing only, like little 60-second clips that don't violate copyright law or whatever, I'd be happy to share some other stuff. But this is kind of what I'm doing. And again, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad it's resonating, and feel free to reach out if you like. I think I'm going to be adding in a hotline at some point. We'll see. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But nice to meet you all. And like I say, thanks again for tuning in.